What's up, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to the channel, your one-stop shop for all things Buffalo Bills. From breaking news and bold predictions to those behind-the-scenes insights you won't hear anywhere else. Let's talk about where this team is right now. The Buffalo Bills are in a relentless pursuit of improvement. Every move, every meeting, every draft room conversation is about one thing: bringing a Lombardi trophy to Western New York. Whether it's the draft, trades, or off-season workouts, this franchise is focused, and the window to win is still wide open. Before we break down today's explosive story, and believe me, it's got fans talking, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button if you're fired up about the direction this team is headed. Subscribe if you want to stay plugged into every move the Bills make on the road to the Super Bowl. Alright, let's dive in. The rumor mill is churning, and this time it's hitting close to home. According to Pro Football Network's Sterling, the one veteran the Bills should consider trading right now is none other than James Cook. Yes, that James Cook, the guy who just dropped 18 total touchdowns last season and looked like one of the most electrifying weapons in the league. The idea is bold, the timing even bolder. Here's the reasonings he lays out. James Cook is entering the final year of his rookie contract. He's expected to demand top-tier running back money, potentially in the $12 to $15 million per year range. And the Bills? Well, they've got a history of letting RBs walk when the price tag gets too high. Sterling even points to GM Brandon Beane's track record. Drafted Devin Singletary to replace LaShawn McCoy. Drafted James Cook to replace Singletary. And now, with Ray Davis in the building, the cycle could repeat. So, is this just another case of business as usual for the front office? Or is this the worst possible time to move on from one of your most explosive playmakers? Let's break it down. Listen, we get it. Running back value in today's NFL isn't what it used to be. Teams are hesitant to hand out big contracts. Most front offices believe you can find a productive back in the middle rounds of the draft. But James Cook isn't just another back. This dude is elite in space, a dangerous receiver, a home run threat on any given snap, and one of Josh Allen's most trusted weapons. He's not just stats, he's momentum, he's balance, he's rhythm. Taking him out of this offense while you're still pushing for a Super Bowl, that would send shockwaves through the locker room, not to mention the fan base. And let's be real, Ray Davis is promising, no doubt, but he hasn't taken a single snap in an NFL regular season. Are you really ready to hand the keys to a rookie when you're in win now mode? The smarter move. Let Cook run it back this season. Let him ball out. Then revisit the extension talks in the offseason with full context. Now, to be fair, Brandon Beane has always played the long game. He's known for moving on from players a year early rather than a year too late. He rarely overpays, especially at positions where he feels production can be replaced through the draft. It's not emotional, it's calculated. He moved on from LaShawn McCoy. He let Devin Singletary walk. He didn't blink, and there's a good chance he's already preparing contingency plans in case James Cook prices himself out of the team's future plans. So if Beane gets a can't-miss offer, say a second rounder or more, would he at least listen? Of course. But does that mean it's the right move for this season? When the AFC is stacked with teams like the Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens, and Texans, that's a much harder sell. Now, let's pivot for a second, because there's another big headline involving the Bills in the upcoming draft. And it has everything to do with what not to do. Bleacher Report's Brent Sobleski just issued a warning. Buffalo should not draft Arkansas defensive end Landon Jackson in the first round. Why? Because he fits a mold the Bills have already leaned on too heavily. Buffalo loves long, powerful edge defenders, guys who can stack the line but maybe lack elite burst or bend off the edge. Landon Jackson is 6'6", 264 pounds, and plays with that heavy-handed style. Sound familiar? Sobleski argues it's time to evolve the archetype. He writes, they may not be able to corner all that well when trying to rush the passer, but that's okay in the organization's book. Jackson fits the mold, but the Bills need to break it. And honestly, it's a fair point. Von Miller's gone. AJ Epineza might walk next year. Joey Bosa is here, but with an injury history a mile long. So yes, edge is a need, but maybe it's time for something different. Maybe the Bills go after a more explosive pass rusher, or if they stay at pick 30, maybe they shore up the defensive interior, which also took hits this offseason. Either way, it's not about filling a spot. It's about evolving into the kind of defense that can finally take down Mahomes and Burrow in January. According to NFL Network, the Buffalo Bills enter the 2025 NFL Draft with the 4th most draft capital in the entire league. That's right, 4th out of 32 teams. On the latest cross-platform episode of 40s and Free Agents, NFL Network analysts Greg Rosenthal and Daniel Jeremiah, alongside Mina Kimes from ESPN, broke down the team's best position to dominate this year's draft. And guess what? Buffalo is sitting near the top with a draft capital score of 1,296. Now let's pause for a second. What does draft capital really mean? This isn't just about having a lot of picks. It's about the value of those picks. The earlier you pick in a round, the more that pick is worth. And the Bills, they've got 10 picks total, including non-first rounder numbered in 30 overall. Second rounders, 4-3, fifth suitors, 6th. That is a serious stash of assets. Here's why this is such a big deal. Brandon Beane knows how to use these picks. This isn't a GM who sits back and lets the board come to him. This is a guy who moves, pivots, and strikes when he sees a target worth grabbing. Just look at what he did in last year's draft. He traded with the Kansas City Chiefs, allowing them to leap up and grab Xavier Worthy. Then he moved back again, stacking up even more capital. The end result? He landed wide receiver Keon Coleman, a player many fans were thrilled to get, and one who could become a cornerstone piece in Buffalo's offense. So when we say that Beane could be cooking up something big with this year's picks, we're not just speculating. This is the front office that's shown time and time again they're ready to play chess while other teams are still playing checkers. And now, with 10 total picks and 2 in the second round, the options are wide open. Now let's get into strategy. After a 2024 season where the defense had some highs but definitely some critical lows, many analysts expect Buffalo to focus on defensive reinforcements in this draft. Whether it's an edge rusher to add firepower to the front 7, a cornerback to shore up depth in the secondary, or even another linebacker to fit it into the evolving scheme under Sean McDermott, the Bills have the ammo to go get their guys. Don't be surprised if Beane uses one of those second-round picks or packages a few of the middle rounders to move up and secure a game changer. Because here's the reality, free agency alone isn't going to plug every hole. The draft is where champions are built, and the Bills are finally positioned to build like a contender and a visionary. But here's something else to consider. With all this capital, there's also flexibility. Let's say a player of the Bills, love starts falling. Let's say they identify a prospect who fits perfectly into this locker room, both talent-wise and culture-wise. Beane can move, he can leap up, he can strike. This isn't just a top 5 draft capital team, it's a team with a plan. Alright, Bills Mafia, we've hit you with 2 huge stories today. Should the Bills trade James Cook while his value is high, or ride with him one more season and make a run? And when it comes to the draft, should Buffalo stay away from the same old edge rusher prototype and get more creative? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you be okay seeing Cook traded if it meant building for the future? Or do you think trading him now is a step backward? And hey, if you appreciated this breakdown, smash that like button so this gets in front of more fans. Subscribe to stay locked in through draft week and beyond. We've got more exclusive insights, film breakdowns, and player interviews on the way. This team is right there on the brink, but the right decisions now could be what finally push them over the top. Until next time, go Bills, go Mafia, and let's keep building together.